Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, June the 16th. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week this week. I've had a great one because I had a birthday week, and trust me, we celebrated it all week long. But hello and happy Sunday, everybody. If you are new to our little group here, I would love for you to say hi and hello. You're going to see some people saying hi and hello here in just a few minutes, but we would love for you to join us. We love to welcome people. It's just such a fantastic group, and here in a little bit we will talk about our closed Facebook group that you can also join. That is also just called If You Have an Egg. And hello, Catherine from Lowell, North Carolina. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you. Yeah, so we'll talk about that here in a few minutes too, so that if you all want to hop over there after the chat and ask to join, you just have to answer the three little questions. Just three little questions so I know you're a human. And we have an awesome time over there too. And hello, Mary Ann. Good to see you. So again, I hope everybody's having a great week. Summer has officially hit in East Tennessee. It was so stinking hot today. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I guess we deserve it because we had a pretty mild winter. And I don't know if y'all remember or not. I don't know if you remember me complaining. Hello, Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. And hello, Anna. I don't know if y'all remember me complaining about how cold it was. It really wasn't that bad. Hello, John from Home Base. And remember all the times that I said, wow, when it gets warm outside, I promise I won't complain. Well, I lied. So I'm complaining. Yeah, it was terribly hot and humid outside today. But anyway, whatever. So hello, Lynn. And Sarah, yeah, so I'm trying to stay comfy cool. And hello, Carol Lou. When I got this shirt, I really liked the colors. Hello, Mindy. Super good to see you. I haven't seen you in forever. And hello, Santa from Demons Ferry. When I got this shirt and got home with it, I was like, wow, it looks so summery and it looks so cool and whatever. And my daughter Casey was like, And I said, what? And then it hit me. Oh, this is the every grandmother in the summer shirt. Yeah, this is the exact design for every grandma in summer. So anyway, I am a grandma. It is summertime, so I guess, whatever, I'll do it. Okay, again, welcome everybody. So hello and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, June the 16th. If you're joining us here joining with us live, you can do things like give thumbs ups or give hearts. You can even send stars if you feel so led to do so. Stars are what we're going to be part of what we're going to be testing in the second half, or what we're going to be trying out in the second half. So we sincerely do appreciate that. Thank you all for the thumbs ups already. And again, if you're new, please let us know because we would love to welcome you. So we are in the second week of June. We are officially halfway through the year, and on Thursday is the first full day of summer. Hello, Orlando Debbie. Is it still wickedly hot down there? Because it is hot and humid here. But we are, let's see. Oh no, Sarah said that it's going to be in the 90s 3 days that week in Raleigh, Massachusetts. That's not cool. That is not cool. And hello, Trish. And yes, Trish just reminded me, happy Father's Day to everyone who is a dad or filling in for a dad today. And hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. Toasty Pittsburgh, yeah. So what was I saying? Y'all already got me distracted. And hello, Mary from Toasty Pittsburgh. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Orlando Debbie said it was 91 today. So it's been in the 90s all day, all week this week, and it was so humid. Okay, so I already forgot what I was talking about, but it is summer. So Thursday is the first full day of summer. And again, it has arrived here with a vengeance in East Tennessee. So stinking hot, so humid. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So John voluntarily watered the garden today because it is so hot. It's so hot and just so dry, even though it's humid, and humidity does not help water plants. Okay, that doesn't help at all, in case you don't know anything about plants. But John voluntarily watered today, did it on his own without me saying anything, because it is so stinking hot here. You could probably water the garden 3 to 4 times a day and it would still be going. Help me, it's so hot. Okay, a couple of bits of news. Today is Sarah says a concert at Fenway was too hot for games this week. Yeah, that's way too hot. Okay, today is the first day of the Healthy Habits Week, and that is Carol Lou says the tomatoes love the humidity. That must be why they're so big. The tomatoes are the only things that are doing really well right now, but that makes total sense. Okay, so over in the If You Have an Egg group, Julie hosts a challenge every week. This week she has set aside as Healthy Habits Week, which oddly enough accidentally corresponds with part of the chat tonight. Julie's like, I don't know, it's like she's reading my mind or something. But today, this is Healthy Habits Week. Again, sponsored by Julie, or it's not sponsored by, she's not paying for it, but you know what I mean, like brought to you by Julie over on the If You Have an Egg group. And if you are not already in our group, I'm sure one of these lovely ladies would be happy, not John, but one of these lovely ladies would be happy to share that link with you so that you can ask to join. But what Julie asked me to say about the Healthy Habits Week is to think back to healthy habits that you've had, recognize some healthy habits that you have now, think about some healthy habits that you want to develop. That's your challenge for this week, is to post. So she wants to learn, she wants to share with everybody healthy habits that you've had in the past, healthy habits that you have right now, or some healthy habits that you would like to start. And let's challenge each other to talk about all of those. So that is Julie's week. That is her challenge for this week. Hop on over there and join that. Again, there's no competition. You're not competing. So you're not saying, well, I have 7 healthy habits. And then somebody else says, well, I have 10 healthy habits. It's just fun. It's fun to hear what everybody else is doing, because you never know. You might learn something. Okay, that was one bit of news. Hello, Hattie. Good to see you. Second bit of news is thank you, everyone, for all of the birthday wishes. We had a great day. I mean, it was a great day. Even though I had to work, it was a great day filled with love and way too much cake, okay? So my sister made, and hello, Barbara from Bonnell, South Carolina. And hello, Vicky. My sister helped, who was a retired pastry chef, made a cake and then let Alyssa decorate it. So, of course, I had to eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it. Then my friend Kelsey here at work made a delicious homemade cheesecake, so I had to eat a little bit of that. And one of our sales reps brought a dozen, and I'm going to say it wrong. Fortunately, Casey's not here to correct me. Nothing but cakes. I've been calling them all the bundt cakes, or always, or something, or never, or none. I don't know. They're nothing, or everything but. I was calling them everything bundt cakes. They're not everything bundt cakes. I think they're called nothing bundt cakes. Whatever. Anyway, one of our sales reps brought us a dozen of those. I did successfully give away quite a bit of the cheesecake. Got quite a few participants on that. I gave away every single one of the nothing bundt cakes. None of those were consumed by this mouth. Instead, I enjoyed a little bit of the cheesecake and a whole lot of the cake that my sister and Alyssa made. Okay, that was a little bit of news. Next thing, gonna keep boring y'all with this every week. Last week we talked about the fact that we're gonna need a little help to be able to keep providing all of the things that we provide every single week. There were some expected budget cuts at John's work. Just weren't expecting them to be so high or so low, whatever you want to call it. He's gotten his first couple of paychecks at this new rate. It ain't pretty, okay? Just gonna say it's not pretty. So that means my budget for these chats just got severely chopped. Also, because of that, I cannot pay Casey as much to take care of all of this for us, and she has started working part-time at her church, and she is absolutely just delighted with herself. And hello, Sherry. She is delighted with that. She's so excited to be doing something, something new and important and exciting. Thank you, Debbie, for sharing that. But that means we need to all be patient on how long it takes for her to get the chats posted. She is no longer being paid to do that. She is doing that out of the kindness of her heart. So it's taking her a little bit longer to post the chats, and it's taking her a little bit longer to get them posted on YouTube, and then also to get the printables posted on If You Have an Egg. We are not planning on taking any of that away. Just trying to feel out what this new situation is, So it's also made for some interesting grocery trips the last 2 weeks, because I've not just been going, oh, we need that for the chat, we need this for the chat, we need this for the chat. Okay, that said, I need to know who attended an in-person workshop last week. So if you went to an in-person workshop, give me some thumbs ups. So I need to see some thumbs ups for that. In-person workshops, I did. And I know there's at least a couple of people here that went to an in-person workshop last week, so thumbs ups for that. Or if you attended a Zoom workshop, yeah, and there's Melissa. I knew that she did. I know, let's see, I saw Melissa and Ann and Danielle, and I saw Bethany, and I saw Karen, and who else did I see last week? I saw Jane, I think, was there. Anyway, lots of people were there last week. Yep, good. Lots of thumbs ups and hearts. Awesome. Hearts if you were here with us last week, or if you watched later on demand. Good. The Facebook thing is doing its thing this week and doing the thumbs ups and the hearts, so good job, everybody. Awesome. Yep. So here are your virtual Bravo stickers for attending in-person workshops, virtual workshops, or with us last week. So, I know. Okay, so Melissa, I wasn't going to share that unless you shared that. So, let's just pause and reflect. Melissa, who is in our Tuesday night group, hit her as she typed it out, goal. So Melissa is officially at goal. She starts maintenance, or I guess she started maintenance this last week, and then you have, I forget how many weeks it is you have to be on maintenance before you get your lifetime. So awesome. Everybody just pause for a moment and go ahead and say your congratulations to Melissa, because it was fantastic. And it's so funny because I'm not sure if Gwen just didn't see it, or I'm not sure really what happened, but Melissa had to, and kind of raise her hand. But anyway, it is a fantastic journey. She's been working so hard, and now she's working on becoming the Zumba queen. So I don't know what you have to do to like take over the Zumba in the area, but Melissa is working on it, and she's dragging her friends with her. But again, congratulations, Melissa. You are fantastic and amazing. And I don't know, this is sign language for yay, but I don't know. I guess Facebook doesn't know that. Okay, anyway, so very, very, very good job, Melissa. Speaking of Melissa, I'm going to sidetrack for just a second. And here they do, Debbie, but we're in a franchise location. So Debbie just asked if they still do free lifetime. For now, I have this really strange feeling that is going away soon. But yeah, so I just wanted to say really quickly, speaking of the girls at our in-person workshop, they sent me this so sweet card, or brought me this so sweet card. I don't know if y'all can read that backwards or not, but it was so sweet of them. So, so sweet. It says, look who's all grown up and ready for a colonoscopy. Such sweet girls that we have at our in-person group. Just kidding, they are sweet. There are some of the very, very sweet notes. And look at this awesome pen that they got for me. So yeah, I can truly be the queen of everything sporting this pen. So sweet of them to get that for me. Okay, last week we did talk about, this was chat number 367 last week. 367. So that means if you are new, you have 366 other chats to go back and watch on YouTube. Okay, just saying. And that's youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. So last week we talked about there being nothing worse than getting back to the table, getting to the table and finding out that there was ham on the other side of the buffet. That happened to my dad one year at Thanksgiving. He was not happy. He was not happy because his mother, my grandmother, was in the hospital. We were having Thanksgiving at a buffet at Ryan's, I think it was. We were having Thanksgiving at a buffet instead of at her house on her fancy china like normal. It had just been a really, really rough week. So there were a lot of reasons for his meal to not be satisfying, but of all the reasons for his meal to not be satisfying, he decided that it was lackluster because he got all of his food, sat down, started eating it, and John came back to the table and he had ham on his plate. And my dad did not realize that there was ham on the other side of the bar. That is a standing family joke. It has been for, I don't know, probably 30-something years. Maybe longer than that. But we talked about how to make your meals satisfying last week. And I'm just going to keep waving this pen around. I don't really need it right now, but I'm going to keep waving it around because it's just so stinking cute. Also, my sister, side note, my sister got me these super cute glasses from Peepers for my birthday because she got tired of me breaking glasses. I have broken 3 pairs of reading glasses in 3 months. So my sister bought me these with the really cute, thicker frames in hopes of me not destroying them. So back to last week's chat. We talked about some ways to make sure that your meal would be more satisfying. One was to kind of start with some protein. Are you going to have protein on your plate? What will it be? How much are you going to have? Are you going to have veggies and fruit? Are they going to be different colors? Or is it going to be one kind? Is it going to be multiple kinds? Is it going to be in season? How much of the plate are they going to take up? And then we talked about things like carbs and starchy vegetables. If it's something that you can live without, that you don't need to add to your plate, like let's say you're going to a cookout or something, and you're offered potato salad, and you think, that's store-bought, I can have that anytime. Maybe don't even add that to your plate, but find some room for something else that you don't always get to have. So if it's carbs or starchy vegetables, is it something that you can live without and not regret? Or is it something that would fit great with your meal, like a baked potato or something a sweet potato that you want to add that's going to really help you to make a satisfying plate? The next thing we talked about was some drinks that you need to keep an eye on and think about. One was the new to me, and I've had it twice now since the chat. Chick-fil-A has a Sunjoy, which is it's a half-to-half mix of unsweetened tea and diet lemonade, and it's only 1 point. Love that discovery for myself. Instead of a Virgin Arnold Palmer, which is regular tea and lemonade, and that could be 4 to 6 points. Hungry Girl has a perfect pina colada recipe that's only 5 ingredients and 3 Weight Watchers Smart Points. I'm wondering, did anybody try that between last week and this week? And then also we talked about some fun 0-calorie cocktail mixes or mocktails. If anybody else needs the link to those on Amazon, I'd be happy to share that with you, since I get a tiny little bit from Amazon, which I've also used to get a few things, not for this week, but for next week. Then we talked about decision time on some of these summer savings. So if you choose not to decide, that's still a choice, okay? So deciding not to decide is still a decision. Y'all have got things coming up. You've got summer things coming up. I had a birthday coming up. A couple of y'all have already been to parties. Some of y'all have already been to cookouts. You had some decisions to make on what you're going to eat, what you're not going to eat, what you're going to swap out. Oh, and Carol got the tea from Amazon. Yay, thank you very much. So your homework was #summer savings. Several of you all talked about savings that you made, and I'm talking about point savings, not money savings this time. But several of you all commented that you swapped things out at cookouts. Maybe you put turkey chili like Melissa did on your hot dog instead of beef chili. Oh, and Melissa got the tea too. Awesome. But some things like that, or swapping out corn for another starchy vegetable. But lots of different things that you all did. But here are 3 that I wanted to bring to your attention. First one is always one to do her homework, no matter how busy she is. Deanna has a couple of concerts coming up, and she is going to choose low point dinners, and then she's going to add a few more steps into her day because she wants to make sure that she can enjoy adult beverages at the concert. Absolutely nothing with that. I so toast with my fancy pen. So toast Deanna for realizing that that's part of what she expects to make a fun summer concert, is to enjoy an adult beverage or two. Absolutely can do that. She's already got the plan in place. How much more successful is she going to be already knowing how she's going to handle that? Amazing, Deanna. Second one is, this one's all me, I knew that my birthday was going to be full of sugar and love, okay? So the day of my birthday, I wasn't exactly sure what I was getting because I knew that there was something in the refrigerator that involved my sister. So I wasn't really sure what it was going to be, but I know she keeps butter in her freezer, okay? Even though she's a retired pastry chef. Hello, Barbara. She keeps butter in her freezer, so I knew it was going to be pretty bad. Just didn't know what it was going to be. But because I knew it was coming on my birthday, I had yogurt with fruit. I had non-fat plain Greek yogurt with fruit for breakfast, 0 points. Then for lunch, I had cucumbers and hummus, so that was also low points. And used those vegetables and fruit and the low point things or 0 point things to offset some of that lovely, lovely cake that I enjoyed that evening. Okay, thank you, Barbara, for the belated birthday wishes. And speaking of my birthday, the Kelsey that I mentioned earlier that was so sweet to make she made a homemade cheesecake. Cheesecake Factory ain't got nothing on this girl, okay? But she was so sweet. She figured out a way to swap out some non-fat plain Greek yogurt for a couple of the other higher point ingredients. Now, trust me, this cheesecake was still plenty of points. I mean, it still was, I had to give away quite a bit of it. But I so appreciate her keeping an eye out for the old boss, okay? So that was sweet of her to think of me and make that gift, but also super sweet of her to find a way to swap out, some of those points just to bring it down just a little bit. Okay, so bravo to everyone who did their homework. Good job, everybody. Y'all did a great job this week. And I know there's more of those events coming up because it's just the middle of June. Y'all have got another 2.5 months of events coming up, summer events coming up. Like we're going to the pool tomorrow. We've already thought about what we're going to be packing in our picnic basket so that we don't go crazy and eat at the concession stand. Okay, this week though, we are talking about how to overcome a setback. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. It's going to seem unrelated, but it's kind of related. So my granddaughter Alyssa has been trying to pull a tooth out for 2 weeks now. So she's 6 and a half. We've tried everything. She's tried flossing next to it. She's tried brushing her teeth. She's tried eating apples, which, you know, of course hurt. She's had grandparents going after her with pliers, with paper towels. You know, she was getting, by the end of the 2 weeks, she was getting pretty suspicious of anybody who came anywhere near her mouth. Like, she was unwilling to let any of us get anywhere near her mouth. But rather than just say, forget it, Alyssa, just forget it, give up, it's never going to happen, you know, we kept encouraging her to try. Wiggle your tooth 100 times, wiggle it with your tongue, wiggle it with your lip, you know, we kept encouraging her to keep trying to do that. So a few days later, Alyssa and her sister were wrestling, which they do often, and Bo basically roundhouse kicked Alyssa in the mouth, okay? And that tooth came shooting out. She kicked her in the mouth, and Alyssa keeps asking, how come when Bo kicked me this way, the tooth went that way? But that tooth shot out of her mouth, and it helped her to overcome a temporary setback. Okay, it was a setback for Alyssa. I know it was just losing a tooth, it was just losing a baby tooth, but it was a setback for her. She wouldn't eat any apples. She changed her diet, you know, on her own, because she didn't want to eat anything that was going to pull it, hurt it, you know, whatever. So it was a little setback for her, and I think she was a little nervous. She was a little, not embarrassed, but I finally asked her, I said, Alyssa, why are you so upset about this tooth? And she said, Nona, it's only my second tooth. I'm not used to losing teeth. Okay, that's a perfect reason for being nervous about it. For her, it was a setback, though. Now, we know that our setbacks are not going to be resolved as easily as that, okay? Or as painfully, maybe. But it doesn't have to be that hard either. So, a few pro tips for handling a setback, for resolving a setback. The first thing is, you've got to decide, is this a short-term setback or a long-term setback? So, in Alyssa's case, we said, you know, in her wiggly tooth scenario, it was definitely short-term. Like, eventually this tooth was going to fall out, okay? And we kept telling her that, you know, it's going to happen. We don't know when, we don't know what this day is, but this is a short-term thing. It will eventually fall out. You will be able to start eating apples again. You will be able to start chewing gum again. You will be able to be near your grandparents with an open, or your dad, you know, with an open mouth again, because we're not all gonna, you know, keep going after that tooth. This is very short-term. It will resolve itself. You know, because, I mean, it kept her from eating her, it temporarily changed her 6-year-old diet, okay? Just for 2 weeks, but it was a setback for her. If you don't see an obvious end in sight, like with Alyssa's, it was obvious. The end in sight was the tooth was going to come out. But if you don't see an obvious end in sight, or if you think, oh my gosh, this has been going on forever, or I don't know, when is this going to end, or what's the stopping point, or, you know, if you can't see that, you may have a longer term setback to deal with. And believe it or not, recognizing whether it's short term or long term can be a big difference. So my setback for this last week was my birthday, and it wasn't really a setback, but I already knew it, that I was going to eat whatever it was that was in this container. But I also knew that my birthday was on one day, and that we would continue to have cake the next day. It was short term. It was a short term setback. So I could make my plan a little bit different, knowing that it's not going to go on and on and on and on and on. So no one was going to keep coming and putting birthday cake in our refrigerator for days and days and weeks and months, okay? So that was short term versus a long term one. Okay, then I want you to count the ways. It's my favorite time of the chat. It's list time, which is why I have out my amazing pin from the lovely girls at the Tuesday night Beaver Creek Cumberland Presbyterian Church Weight Watchers meeting. Now you need to make a list of things that you've done in the past. So get out your fancy pen with your crystal top, and you know, y'all know how I love a good list. Make a list of things that have helped you in the past to overcome a setback. So it might be things like tracking. So you can put tracking down. Okay, tracking. Or like I said at our Tuesday night meeting, honest tracking. So that was one that I wrote down for myself. So not just tracking, honest tracking. For me, increasing my steps. So I'll just write that one down. Oops. Increasing steps. That's worked before. Attending a workshop, if you can. Attending a or workshop or multiple workshops. That has worked for me in the past. Barbara says water. Or are you telling me it's almost time to drink water? Meal prep. What other things have helped y'all in the past to overcome a setback? considering a non-scale victory. Okay, I can take just a couple more. If y'all have a couple more things that have helped you in the past to overcome a setback, maybe looking at old pictures of yourself. Not the scale is never, it's never going to be the answer. So just know that. Okay, fitting into a swimsuit. One of the girls here at Kelsey that made the cake, her new NSV is to be able to. Yep, Barbara says meetings. Oh, Carol Lou says going back to 0 point foods. But one thing that Kelsey wants to focus on is being able to ride roller coasters with her daughter. That's great. That is fantastic. So Carol Lou says going back to 0 point foods. Melissa says making a visible list. Okay, and I'll take one more. Post it. I love posting visible lists. Post it. And we've got enough time to take one more. I'm trying to think what Bethany said Tuesday night, because she had a good one. Maybe getting a notebook, like this super cute egg notebook that Casey got me for my birthday. So maybe that's it. Going to the grocery store. Okay. Purposefully going to the store. Okay. Like with a list, making a list. Okay, then the next thing is you got to take some ready, set, action. So now take this list, so however many things you came up with on your list, and I want you to circle up to 3, only 3. You can only pick 3 of these things that could apply to either a short term, the current short term, if you're having a short term setback, or to a longer term one, and that's going to make a difference. Whether it's short term or long term is probably going to make a difference on which 3 of these you circle. So choose carefully. So let's say for my birthday, I circled. I went to 0 point food, so I did go to 0 point list. Let's see. I did honest tracking that day, as honest as I could be, and let's see. And then Tuesday, I'll attend a workshop. So for my short-term setback, which was my birthday, I circled 3. I chose, and I'm choosing a lot of 0 point foods and adding them back. I'm going to use those as my go-tos. I'm doing honest tracking, and I'll attend my next workshop, which I know if you're in Knoxville will not be until a week from Tuesday because of, at that location anyway, because of Vacation Bible School, in case you didn't know it. Okay, that is also your homework for this week. So your homework for this week is, it is hashtag ready, set, action, hashtag READYSETACTION, ready, set, action. So hopefully, maybe you were making your list. Hopefully you were using your cool pen and making a list while we were chatting, and it would make it easier for you to circle your 3 things. So I want you to do that. Make your list if you didn't already. Circle the 3 actions that you know have worked before and would work great for this current, whatever the current setback is that you're having. And then, because it will work again. If it's worked in the past, you already know that it'll work again, and you're going to kill it. Okay, so you're absolutely going to work it and you're going to kill it. So do your homework, because I promise there's somebody, and thank you, Lynn, for posting that. I promise that there is somebody who's going to find one of these things. Well, like, okay, so like Carol Lou, she said going back to your 0 point list. Yep, I didn't think to write that down, so I wrote that one down. There will be something on your list that somebody else needs that they had not thought about. So do your homework, do your homework, do your homework. I don't think you all realize how much it helps people when you actually do your homework. We have a lot of people who are not, I'm going to say, brave enough. They're a little shy, kind of lurk. And Catherine, you're exactly right. They kind of lurk. They don't like to talk a lot, but they are here all the time. They're here all the time. And I sometimes get messages from them that they're like, I'm so glad so-and-so posted, whatever, because I didn't know what to do. But they're just shy enough that they're not going to, that they just don't, they're not going to post. I don't think y'all realize how special, how beneficial it is for them. Okay, it is water time, so we're going to stop here at the 30-minute mark. I'm going to go ahead and put my apron on. We are making one tiny thing, and then we're going to try a couple of things while we are waiting on the one tiny thing to cook. And I can tell that I have had small visitors to the showroom because I have a marker. The kids that come in like to use my, and yes, Melissa's exactly right. Melissa says, I learned so much from everyone sharing so much. Yeah, We all do. But I can always tell when kids have been here at the showroom playing, if they've been playing over in our little kitchen, the one that Alyssa organized a couple of weeks ago in a reel, because they like to get my aprons down and use them. Yeah, and this one has a marker, so they must have been playing waitress this time. Anywho, so we are at the 30-minute mark of our chat. I want everybody to grab some water, and you can hear in my voice that I also need to grab some water. So we're at the 30-minute mark. It's time for everybody to grab some water. We just finished the water challenge last week. Yeah, this is the only time during the week that I know that you actually had some water to drink. And let's see, Lynn says we have a lot who don't participate. It's so helpful to get everyone's response or question. So helpful. I mean, don't be afraid to talk. No one, if anyone in our group puts you down, shuts you down, whatever, if you ask a comment or if you ask a question or make a comment, if it's a legitimate question or if it's a legitimate comment and it's nothing weird and you're not a robot, you know, making one, I promise you, if somebody is mean to you, or these ladies are not going to do it. They're not going to answer in a mean way, but I will shut them down, okay? I will go to bat for you. You can ask them, but I will do it. Okay, whew, another quick sip real quick. So again, we are at the 30-minute mark. We're at the halfway point, and I never told y'all what number this one is. This is chat number 368, and we were talking, oh, and Melissa, that sounds good. We were talking about how to overcome a setback. So the setback that I'm having right now is John's reduction in pay and not being, ooh, and Carol is drinking the peach sweet tea, yum yum. My setback right now is not being able to do what I want to do, like what I normally do, going through the store and going, we need to try this, we need to try this, we need to try this, we need to try this. So I have sent out the SOS and asked you all to either bring me things if you're here in Knoxville, send me things if you're not here in Knoxville, and the address is, it's at the bottom of the chats when Casey posts them, but it is just my name, and then 5814 North Broadway Street, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37918. A few of you will have already sent things or have already purchased things on Amazon with my affiliate links. So we do have a couple of things to try tonight. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to try tonight was brought to me. This was brought to me by my friend Kelsey, who has a competitive, oh yeah, the Amazon wish list would be a great idea. Melissa, I'm going to write that down with my new pen. Amazon wish list. I could totally do that. Okay, so the first thing that was on my, the first thing that was brought to me, my friend Kelsey and I have a healthy competition going on our gardens, okay? And she's like 2 weeks ahead of me because her husband let her set up space in their home where she could start all of her seeds inside, and I had to wait, which is totally fine, but I had to wait. So she brought me, I have two of these plants that she gave me, that Kelsey gave me, but she brought me one of these out of her garden because mine are only about this big, and I've never, to my knowledge, I've never tried this before, and she wanted me to try this. Okay, if you can tell me what this is, you get a special prize. I don't know what it is that you get because I can't send you anything other than the joy of trying this. But does anyone know what this is actually called? Because we're going to try this tonight, and we're going to try this the way that Kelsey told me to cook it. Now remember, Kelsey makes, it is, yeah, Vicky's exactly right. So, yep, and Lynn is exactly right. Have you all had this before? Because I don't know if I have, and Sarah is right. So Kelsey is the one who made the fantastic cheesecake. Okay, so she told me to fix this with butter, salt and pepper, garlic, I can't remember what else she said. We don't have enough time to make it the way that Kelsey said to make it, but since I have some of these in my garden too, we're going to try it. Yeah, Catherine, I don't know that I've had one. I feel like maybe I have, but I don't know. When she brought it to me, I was like, that's not what I thought it was going to look like. So this is also called a custard squash or a patty pan squash. So here's what Kelsey told me to do. Obviously it's clean, it came out of her garden. So she told me to slice it, which I am doing, and to remove the seeds. But for the lack of time, I'm just going to cut around the center part so that I have less seeds. She also says that you can eat the skin, and I kind of made a face, and I was like, you can? And she goes, because I don't know, my mind immediately started going to like butternut squash and, you know, some of the acorn squash and some of the harder squashes that you don't eat the skin. And she was like, no, think zucchini, think yellow squash, think delicata squash. And I was like, oh yeah, boy, okay. So I'm just going to dismiss that real quick. Don't have any idea why she would be trying to call me at 8:30 on a Sunday. That's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, so we're just going to cut it up. We're going to cut it into chunks. And for the sake of television and time, we are going to cook this in the air fryer. So I'm cutting these into just like approximately 1-inch pieces. She says that when it gets done, that the skin is going to be soft. Oh, and Debbie says it's a summer squash, so it is going to be soft like a delicata squash. I'm going to put this in the bottom of a pan that I have that is air fryer safe. It is safe for the air fryer. It's actually just like a little cake pan that came with it, I think. And Kelsey, the way Kelsey makes it is real. She puts real butter on it. And she does, so she does real butter and then garlic and salt and pepper, I think she said. I'm not using real butter because, remember, we're doing the summer of savings where we save points. So instead, I'm going to use the ghee cooking spray that Debbie, who's right there, that Debbie told me about. And luckily, I got that right before John's paycheck went down because that was not cheap. So here it is. There is that. Apparently she drove by the shop and saw my car out here, so we're going to hope that she doesn't stop by because she has no idea what we are doing. Okay, so I've taken the patty pan or custard squash and I've cut it into approximately 1-inch pieces, added a little bit of ghee, of spray ghee, and I'm going to put it in the air fryer. I'm going to put it in the air fryer on 390 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. In this little pan. So we're going to put it on 390 we're going to start at 10 minutes because it said to do, because you should do 10 to 15 minutes. I haven't tried it on 10 or 15 minutes yet, so we're going to take it out at 10 minutes to see how it is, and because we have about 20 minutes left. So I definitely want to have time to try this. If we need to stick it back in for 5, we can totally do that. But that was 300, so that was a patty pan or custard squash, cut into approximately 1-inch pieces. And let's see, Debbie says I cooked mine like yellow crookneck squash with onions and sauteed with olive oil and butter. Also sounds good. Okay, so we're going to try that with the spray ghee, and then I used some Dax Steakhouse that doesn't have any salt in it. So yeah, so we're going to try that here in a few minutes and see how that tastes. While we're waiting on that though, I was gifted these, and Melissa, I have no idea. I don't know. But Kelsey liked it enough. She likes custard squash enough. She likes it enough that she planted, I think she has 6 or 8 of them in her garden. She gave me 2. I have no idea how many two plants is going to produce, but she eats them so much. And because you apparently, I've not paid attention to them, but I've not seen them around here. But because you only get them for, during this growing season or whatever, she gets as many as she can. Like, she grows as many as she can, makes as many. Hello, Joycelyn. Makes as many as she can, and just eats it. Like, apparently she just eats it all summer long. Okay, so these next couple of things I was gifted. Thank you to the giftee of these. And while I was getting them, I had a lady, so I was given a Kroger card to get these, and they were on sale, so I was able to get all 3 of them. And while I was in line, the lady behind me goes, oh, those are really good. She goes, look at my cart. And I turned around, and because they were on sale, she had like 12 bags of them in her cart, and apparently she eats them every single week. So these were new to me. maybe they're new to some of you all. And since they were gifted to me, I went ahead and got 3 different flavors. So these are the brand is Crunch Master, and these are the crackers. And so this one is Crunch Master Multi-Seed Rosemary and Olive Oil, and it says Crunchy Baked Rice Crackers. This one is Crunch Master Avocado Toast Guacamole flavored, and then this one is also Crunch Master. This one is Avocado Toast Chili Lime. So she told me when I tried them, Vicky says Costco sells them, yeah. And oh, Debbie says they're her only crackers. So I promise this was not Orlando Debbie behind me in line at Kroger. I promise it was not. But the lady, okay, so she even went through my cart to make sure that I got the chili lime flavored, okay? She said that one is her favorite, but we're gonna try it last just because I anticipate it's gonna be just a tiny bit spicy and I don't want it to mess up the flavor of the others. But let me tell you a little bit about Crunch Master. So Crunch Master, like this one, the multi-seed has no artificial flavors, colors, or flavors. It's gluten-free, non-GMO, made with whole grains, and it is vegan, made with olive oil. There are 2 grams of fiber per serving, 3 grams of protein per serving, and for 14 crackers, it is 4 points. This one is the avocado toast guacamole. It is 0 milligrams of cholesterol, gluten-free, non-GMO, no artificial flavors, 0 trans fats. It is also it's associated by the Beyond Celiac. Or it's like certified by them. Also vegan, and it is made from avocado, and I like avocado, so I'm thinking it's going to be good. And then the avocado toast. Oh, that was the spicy. That was the chili lime, and the guacamole, kind of the same thing. So that says they're great for topping and for dipping. One of the pictures on the back shows it with bacon and eggs on there. Pico de gallo, queso fundido, so it's sounding really fun. Y'all always ask me this, so let me read off the back. Yes, so Melissa, 12 of the avocado toast guacamole, and I don't know how big they are, I haven't opened them yet, is 4 points. 12 of the avocado toast chili lime is 4 points, and 14 of the multi-seed is 4 points. So it looks like a serving for any of them is going to be 4 points. Y'all always ask me how much sodium, so we have 140 milligrams of sodium on the avocado, the guacamole. We have 190 milligrams of sodium on the chili lime, and I'm assuming that is the seasoning that's on there. And then we have 125 milligrams of sodium on the multi-seed. Okay, we're gonna start with the multi-seed. So I did find these at Kroger. They were on sale last week. I do not know if they are still on sale this week because I didn't go to the store. So this is going to be a surprise. Okay, smells good opening the bag. And Melissa, these were over near, you know, the produce section that we have to keep going to at Kroger to get all these crackers. They were over near there, but they were not with the, like the loops and things and the baconless bits and things that we've been buying. They weren't with that. They were on their own, like end cap, but they were in the produce section. Okay, so this is what one looks like. So this one again is the multi-seed rosemary and olive oil, and they also had a plain one, but why would I buy the plain one? I don't know, unless I was gonna dip it in something flavored. So that's what one looks like. And again, 14 of these is 4 points. So let's see what it tastes like. So Crunch Master was an accurate name. Oh, Vicky says the plain are very good. So Vicky, do you dip the plain in something? And Debbie says at Publix they're in the deli on an end cap with the tortillas. Yeah, that's kind of where these were at Kroger. So this one has amaranth, flax, quinoa, sesame. Interesting, with this flavor, it's one of the examples that they gave is to serve it with a slice of brie and strawberry preserves. Interesting. I'm not sure if I would eat this with, but maybe. I mean, maybe. I'm up for anything. That's really good. Let's see how many, because we still got 15 minutes. So let's see what 14 of them looks like. So we have one, we don't count the broken ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And Debbie says dip with hummus or chicken salad or tuna salad. That sounds really good. Okay, that's how many 14 is. So yeah, so 14 for 4 points. That's not bad. Okay, so that is the Carb Master multi-seed rosemary and olive oil. Okay, so that is that one. Then we're gonna do the guacamole one next. Ooh, and Vicky says she likes them with a cheese stick. Mary said it's a nice size. Yeah, I think so too. Oh yeah, Carol Lou said put some Laughing Cow cheese on them. That would be really, really good. Let me just glance at our sauce, at our patty pan squash here real quick. I'll tell you what, it only has 2 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and add that other 5 minutes. And we'll just pull them out if we start running out of time because they look like they need just another few minutes on there. But yes, Carol Lou, Laughing Cow cheese sounds like it would be really good on there. Okay, these are a different shape. These are 12 for 4 points. So these are square, and the others were kind of a hexagon shape, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so here is 12. So there are 12 of those. Again, that's a nice amount. These are square instead of the octagon shape. They kind of, I don't know why I smell everything, but they kind of smell like guacamole. At least they don't smell like that dirt that I opened that one day. Like I just needed to get one of those and not get any more or throw them away or something. But anyway, so this is the Carb Master avocado toast guacamole. It does smell a little bit like guacamole. Definitely not dirt. Oh gosh, those taste good. Ooh yeah. And Melissa said avocado crackers would be good with salsa. That would be really good with salsa. Debbie, what's your favorite? Which one of these is your favorite kind? That is really good. I like it. Definitely not dirt. I love how over the top crunchy they are too. Okay? Like, if you're looking for something crunchy, those are over the top crunchy. So Crunch Master is an appropriate name. Sometimes I just need something that's crunchy, you know, and I mean, sometimes baby carrots will do if I need something that's that crunchy. Crunch Master, that's an appropriate name. Super, super crunchy. Okay, now for the chili lime, which is this complete and total stranger. Let's see, the avocado. Oh, hold on, let's see. Vicky uses the plain ones with cubed cheese, turkey, and a pickle on top. That sounds awesome. And hello, Sherry. Yes, you do need to watch. Okay, so these are also square. These are also 12 crackers for 4 points, and this is the chili lime. So these are the ones that the complete stranger lady behind me looked in my buggy, looked in my shopping cart, you know, because I live in Tennessee, so that's okay to do. She looked in my cart to make sure that I had this kind. Smells good and spicy. I'm wondering if it's going to be, see, I don't know, like I ate jalapenos today, so I don't think a lot of things are spicy, but I'll check it out for you. Oh. Wow. Woo. It's got just a tiny, tiny little bit of spice. But man, that lime flavor, wow, that is fantastic. That tastes like fresh lime. That's crazy. It tastes like I just bit into some lime. Oh man. She's right. So if you like just a tiny little bit of spice, hey, stranger lady, who I'll never see again at Kroger, maybe not. Man, you are on the money. You are on the money. And I have no idea who David is or what Facebook group. David, dude, I don't know who you are. Whoever this David dude is, let me see. I'm going to suspend him. Oh, maybe not. I hate it when it does that. So whoever this David guy is, if y'all could pretty please delete his comments, or let's see, spam. So pause for just a moment while I finish letting us know, and I will be banning David. So, okay. So, sorry about that. That is exactly why I make you all answer the questions. That's exactly why I make you all answer the questions to join our Facebook group. We don't often get things like this, but that is a bot. That is not an actual person. That is a bot just running through and bloop, 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 and trying to get y'all to join a Facebook group. Thank you, Melissa. That who knows what it is. Okay. But anyway, stranger lady at Kroger, who I'll probably never see again. Oh my goodness, you were exactly right. The chili lime, whoa, that one definitely has to go in the cart. Okay, we only have 9 minutes left because dude interrupted us. Thank you, Lynn. So dude interrupted us and we had to take a little side trip down Block Lane to get rid of him. So let's try, ooh, that's looking really, really good. We are going to try our patty pan or custard squash. I'm going to put a few pieces of it out here on my cutting board just so that they can cool off for a minute. Remember, please do not stick your hand in there and grab that tray. It is 400 degrees right now. So I am just carefully getting out a couple of these. The skin, she is right, you all are right. Super tender. Man, how many times did he comment? How many times had he commented? Because he has like, I don't know. I don't even know how many removed by moderators that is. But anyway, thank you all for removing him. So I understand too that this would be really good with like fresh rosemary, which we have in our garden right now. Fresh mint, which we have in our garden right now. Melissa, I'm thinking this would be really good with the baconless bits. Yeah, even though I haven't even tried this yet, I don't know why. It's just making me think it'd be good with baconless bits. But so Kelsey does it with, she makes her custard squash. Yeah, everything bagel seasoning, exactly right. So Kelsey makes her custard squash or patty pan squash. Let's see, and I blocked him too. That's so weird. But Carolee. But anyway, so she does it with real butter and garlic and salt and pepper. Tonight I did this with spray ghee and just some, just some steakhouse seasoning. Vicki says squash casserole, and Lynn doesn't like the baconless bits. They are a strange taste, Lynn, but I do like them but I love pinto beans. Like I can eat pinto beans every single day. So maybe that's why I like them. Okay, maybe this one has cooled off enough to try it. But I'm thinking, yeah, rosemary and thyme next time. So, because we do have fresh rosemary and fresh thyme in Casey's garden, or our garden. Wow, that's still a little bit hot. So let's just talk it again for a second while this cools off just a little bit, because I don't really want to stick 390 degree squash in my mouth. So does anybody else have a different way that you cook custard squash or patty pan squash? I know Kelsey cooks it on top of the stove. Looks like, I'm sure you could cook it in the oven. I have just successfully cooked it in the air fryer because it looks great. I've cooked zucchini and yellow squash in the air fryer, so I assumed that this would work right. And Debbie just posted or shared a recipe for eatsimplefood.com veggie stuffed patty pan squash. So hopefully these two patty pan or two custard squash plants are going to produce a lot of fruit so that I can go try some of these things. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I like it. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It's a really light, it's different from, oh, it smells so good. It smells kind of like pumpkin. Why do I smell everything? Anyway, it smells kind of like pumpkin. Oh yeah, Melissa said maybe on a skewer with chicken or onions. Yeah, that might be really good. Has anybody grilled them? Has anybody put this on a skewer and grilled it? I imagine it would grill just like zucchini. But yeah, it smells more like pumpkin. It doesn't smell like a zucchini or a yellow squash. It's so mild. It's different than delicata squash. So, Carol Lou, I didn't quite cook it for the whole 15 minutes, but okay, I'm gonna kill y'all because I'm gonna lean in real close and eat this. It's soft. It's soft, but the rind is just a tiny bit firm. You're gonna laugh. It's like mashed potatoes. Yeah, oh my gosh, I like this a lot. It's like mashed potatoes wrapped in delicata squash skin. Does that make any sense? That is really stinking good. And Vicki says squash casserole with green pepper, a green bell pepper, onions, beaten egg and cheese, and half a sleeve of saltines. What? That sounds amazing. Now I'm like gonna go out there and highly encourage you to be like, grow little guys, grow, because I think I have 3 of them that are about that big so far. Wow, I really like this. So thank you, Kelsey, for sharing one custard squash for my birthday and 2 custard squash plants, which she gave me probably 6 or 8 weeks ago. So they're starting to put out some fruit, had some great blooms on them, starting to put out some fruit. Thank you, Kelsey. I'm loving this. Like, I'm going to be eating this a lot. And yes, it's 0 points. So Carol, silly of me not to mention, Carol Lou said, I'm guessing it's 0 points. Yes, this is 0 points. And look how pretty. Look how pretty this came out. It's really nice. So I think I was at about 13 minutes when I took it out. But yes, 0 points. It's kind of the consistency of mashed potatoes. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of the consistency of mashed potatoes wrapped in squash skin, but really good, very, very tender, like absolutely no reason to attempt to peel that weird little thing, because that's really, really good. And again, I just put it in my air fryer on 300, let me see, what temperature did I put it on? 390 degrees. I ended up cooking it for about 12 to 13 minutes. Somewhere between 10 and 15 would probably be right, depending on how your air fryer cooks. You could do the same thing in the oven, I believe, or looks like some of you all kind of pan fry it. Remember to keep the points down, you know, do, you know, kind of less, you know, maybe some less oil, or do something like some buttered ghee. And Lynn says they also come beige colored. Maybe that's why I didn't recognize that. Maybe I've never seen them yellow. So that could be it. That could totally be it. Okay, so thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for sending things, donating things, bringing things, dropping things by, or chatting with me and Line at Kroger, so that we can keep doing this on a really, really, really super tight budget. I think the Amazon wish list is a fantastic idea. But thank you again everyone for being here. Good night, John. John, you're going to love this. I'm going to bring you some of this home to try. But good night, everyone. If you're watching this on YouTube, please let that next video go ahead and roll over. I promise that you're going to enjoy it. Pretty please click on that subscribe button. And as many YouTube videos as you all can let just roll, just let them keep going. Let them keep going. Let them, just like, you know, drive your boss crazy. Let them go in the background. Your boss is going to be like, who is that woman? You're going to have to turn her off. But just let them roll. Let them roll. Let them roll. Let them roll. You don't have to mind anything. Just let them keep rolling. Yeah, let them keep rolling, and that'll help a little bit too. So y'all have a fantastic week. I'm gonna eat some more of this before I run home. That is really very good, and now I cannot wait for mine to produce some little custard squashies. I'm super excited about that. But thank you everyone. I look forward to seeing you next week. And again, happy Father's Day. Hello Phyllis. Happy Father's Day to all those dads out there, or people filling in for dads. And I will see you next week. Have a good one. Good night everybody.